In 1986, a young man was driving through the woods of central Maine when he ran out of gas. He started walking into the thick of the forest and would stay there for nearly 3 decades, completely alone. How can a human being live in isolation for so long? Let's explore. On April 5th, 2013, the town of Rome, Maine made national news after the Kennebec Journal reported that the North Pond Hermit had finally been arrested in the middle of the night. The North Pond Hermit's real name is Christopher Thomas Knight. Locals had shared stories among themselves about the hermit for years, 27 years to be exact. The man was a legend. Born December 7th, 1965, Christopher Knight is the youngest of 5 children. His parents, Joyce and Sheldon Knight, were country people. According to Christopher, it was a simple life, a life most people wouldn't desire to leave behind. So it's curious that Chris would literally walk away from everything to become a hermit. In 1986, Knight was unemployed after leaving an alarm installation job he had for less than 1 year. He drove around for days and heard about the Chernobyl nuclear disaster on the radio. Knight decided to go north, which led him to the shore of Moosehead Lake. Nearly out of gas, he parked his 1985 Subaru Brat and walked away, with his glasses, the shirt on his back, and a few coins in his pocket. And he kept walking. Chris has gone on record to say that his decision to become a hermit was spontaneous. Knight perused the woods for days, taking in the sights and sleeping where he could, but then hunger took over. He found a deceased partridge on the road, which he claimed he ate raw. Knight knew he wouldn't survive long at this rate, so he made a plan. He decided to steal. I guess he really wasn't fond of the alarm industry. So Knight claimed a home base east of the Little North Pond. The neighborhood cabins and pine tree camp started getting unsuspecting visits. Batteries, hot dogs, Halloween candy, beer, a sweatshirt. These items and more started quietly disappearing from North Pond residents' homes. Knight borrowed canoes and expanded his theft territory. He never stole baked goods or expensive items and always made sure not to break windows or doorknobs. His primary source of food and fuel was a pine tree camp. The stocked freezers full of hamburger patties and fudge looked pretty good during off-season when no one else was around. Knight built a camp, complete with a tent, a dump, propane tanks, a cooking area, and a large shelf mushroom that became his companion. After years of vanishing items, neighbors started to swap stories and patterns. Their thieving ghost was dubbed the Hermit. Authorities were looped in and surveillance cameras were installed. Images confirmed that the Hermit existed. One resident even framed images of Knight in hopes of scaring him off if he broke into her home. He didn't seem to notice the photos of himself and stole her Rice Krispie treats. Some residents were fed up, while others took sympathy on the Hermit and left out items on purpose. The Hermit burglaries went on for 27 years. Then, after 1,000 burglaries and advances in motion detecting equipment, Knight was caught at Pine Tree Camp in the middle of the night by Sergeant Terry Hughes. His capture brought relief to the residents and a frenzy of attention. The news media came in droves to talk to Knight at the Kennebec County Jail. He only really talked to one journalist, Michael Finkel. Knight unpacked those 27 years with Finkel. Allegedly, he only had one human interaction all those years. He said hi while passing someone on a trail once. After his arrest and time served in prison, Knight pleaded guilty to the 13 theft charges. Now, 13 out of 1,000 is certainly a small percentage, but it's the only ones authorities were able to actually link him to. Knight served 7 months in jail and was mandated psychological counseling after his release. He moved in with his mother and worked for his brother taking apart car engines. Today, he lives a quiet life in Maine. The capture of the North Pond Hermit received mixed reactions from the public. A lot of people didn't believe he was truly alone for those 27 years and had help from someone. Others have been sympathetic, saying that Knight must have suffered from some pretty poor mental health. I find it interesting that his parents never even reported him missing. Some have found his story endearing and said it's tempted them to leave everything behind for a life of isolation. I'm sure that sounds pretty good until you're eating a raw bird on the side of the road. Chris, despite living a seemingly complacent life, decided to choose the path of seclusion. Knight's decision can be dissected and analyzed by strangers, but his reasons will always be his own. Who knows? Knight may one day decide to return to the woods and reclaim his title as the last true hermit. Thanks for watching.